Everybody, I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan with PDQ.com.
It is the first of 2022 Q&As.
Yep, Patch Tuesday has happened.
Has it? It has.
It has.
Anything interesting we need to know about that?
There was a wormable one in there, 9.8.
Wow. Okay.
I think it has to do with using the HTTP listener.
Okay.
In 1809 and Server 2019, it's not on by default, but I think later versions of Windows 10, it is on by default. So 1809, you can scan for the registry key. It's in a blog we have out there. If it's not that, I mean, just patch.
Hit the blog and patch, guys. Hey, not to... well, actually, we got to bring Josh on because we got a pretty cool announcement. Josh, I poured you a little something right here.
Get it.
I'm going to get out your way.
Thank you, sir.
He's tagging out.
Tag out for a minute, yeah. All right. New announcement. Jordan, I hope you're okay driving. If you're okay with that.
I can do that.
We've had people ask for this for a long time, and we finally pulled the trigger on kind of a test. So I want to make it very clear this is a test for us, but they are packaged templates. In the package library, we're kind of limited by the redistribution rights of certain software. So this is kind of a workaround for that to get around that. So things like Office or AutoCAD, things that you have to have a license for, we've never been able to publish a package for. But what we've done instead is built these template packages, and they're placeholders. They're all the configuration files that you need, and then you just need to supply your own install media and your own license. After that, it's just kind of ready to go.
So do we give them like where they could find the install media, or do we just...
We actually do, yeah.
Okay.
So when you find these in the library, if you pop open the Properties tab, it'll kind of describe how to use it.
Will
you throw on?
You have vMix Desktop on
Oh,
there.
look at that.
Ooh, that's cool.
You're in a void.
No one caught that before now?
We don't test stuff.
not
I
doing our
have
job.
to disconnect from Guinness to get that open. What am I starting?
Let's go back over to camera one.
vMix Desktop Capture.
Okay.
Oh, we got it now?
Yeah.
I got to get logged in real quick. Please don't bring up the screen yet.
Actually, I'm trying to get it before you.
I've had to reset enough passwords due to my careless actions. Okay, let's try it again.
All right.
We good?
There we
There
go.
we go. Professionals.
Nice. So here is the template for Office 365. So each template has an associated KB that walks you through how to actually use it. So we can fire that up. And that'll just take you through all of the files that you need to replace. Hey, there it is.
Yeah, I did it.
Yep, you did it. So here it is. It tells you where to go download the deployment tool. Tells you to overwrite the files that, like, we're already putting some placeholder files in there by downloading the package.
All right, so those files don't actually do anything. It's just...
They don't do anything. So, like, in this package, you might see a setup.exe.
Okay.
It's just the file name that. It's not actually that. So these packages won't work out of the box. You do have to do some work. But it gets you 90% of the way there. And then in this one, we're providing kind of like a sample. Here's a click-to-run configuration.xml. So these are config files that we know work. So if you just want, what we think most people do, you can use it just as it is, or you can tweak it.
And the good news, you don't even have to try it for Teams. They'll put that on your desktop whether you want it or not.
Oh, yeah, you're getting
12
that
times.
regardless. Absolutely. So that's the announcement. We'd love to hear some feedback for this on the packaging team. And any suggestions, like for common software. We started with some of the stuff we get here all the time, Office, things like that.
I can give you feedback.
I'll take it.
I love it.
Well, thanks.
I've wanted this for so long. when you told me to check it out yesterday,
Yeah.
I thought you were messing with me.
Nope.
Because I've requested this a lot.
Nope. So, yeah, it's ready to go. There's the package request forum on our forums. We'll just use that. We'll keep an eye on that and let us know if you like it.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Thanks,
Yay!
Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well done.
Josh.
Well done. True professional.
I'm excited. That is cool.
That's a big win. So now things we can't provide, we can still give basic structure.
Structure, a little guidance,
Package,
yeah.
so.
Make it. Honestly, let's just break it down to what it is. I am the laziest sysadmin, and if someone can do most of the work for me, by all means. So, Josh, thank you. Thank your team, man.
Before we dive into questions, the
Yeah.
chat blew up after we're talking about Patch Tuesday. There were some fallout from that one that we didn't get to.
It's Fallout.
There's one where it takes down Hyper-V and puts domain controllers into a reboot cycle.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
That's a big deal. So make sure you test that before you go live for sure. I don't know if they've got any update on that one. And then I guess this one I didn't know about. Someone said the search in Outlook breaks with the latest update.
Oh,
but I haven't heard or looked into that one.
but so basically what we're saying is test,
Lab first. Lab first.
test, lab first.
Even when there's a wormable one that just got.
So
How did this one compare to previous Patch Tuesdays?
So normally January is light, based on most months, and overall with 97, I think vulnerabilities closed. That was about on par, maybe a little bit high for last year, but low for 2 years ago. 2 years ago we were averaging about 120.
Wow.
So somewhere in the middle. Hopefully, I mean, if 96, 6 were already known before they got patched.
Wow.
That's a big deal. But none of them were actively exploited, which is a win. But already known is where the real risk comes from. That means people could already be building
using them,
toolkits
yeah.
before you can test.
Sweet.
Do you think we should do it?
Any questions?
I don't know. Should we just drink?
I
Let's
can drink.
answer
You drink?
hundreds of questions.
Let's do questions. I'm ready. I am ready.
3-hour show.
Yeah, let's answer a question and then we'll decide if we just want to drink or not.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey guys, how can I create a report that returns computers with or without a specific software? Sincerely, Thomas or Tomas M.
Okay, a couple of ways to do this. One very simple way to do it. Obviously, you got to go into inventory. The first thing, we've got some videos on how to make like a whitelist and approved and non-approved software lists using variables. I would highly recommend you watch that because that'll make your life significantly easy. It takes a little bit to get there. I mean, the initial building of the approved software list. But to do this, we're going to go to report. Now, the first thing, you can just go run an application report, right? So let's just go run the application report at this point. And normally, it's not grouped like this. It looks a lot like this. So here's what it's going to look like. Let me just make this a little easier to read. Okay. Now, from here, you can just filter for specific software if you're looking for, I don't know, what do you think we should look for? 7-zip. Because I can spell that. Okay. Boom. There's 7-zip. So that's an easy way to filter and look for that specific software on a report that's already built. If you did want to go in and build your own, all you have to do at this point is I would go to reports. And I love how Hanks does this because Hanks like, just go in here and duplicate. Duplicate. There we go. Duplicate the report. And then you don't mess with the original report. You go in here, define report. And you can go say application name, filters, go add a filter here, application name contains. In this case, yeah, go ahead.
They can modify the existing reports, but that's just not recommended just because these are good things to build off of.
Yeah.
So having completely new reports where you don't have to worry about, having a typo that breaks it is kind of ideal. You can go back to it.
A typo, me? I didn't have one today. Kind of. My grammar's not that good, but
You did
all
it.
right, there we go. There's the 7-zip report, which is just basically a copy of the application report with a filter. There you go.
Cool job.
Well done.
Well, I got it well done today.
Well done.
All right.
Oh,
You did it.
shoot. We should be taking score again, shouldn't we?
Well, that was the first question,
That's
so
the
we
first
still
question.
can.
Give that to
Should.
Lex.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Lex,
take
No, I'm gonna-
the point for that.
you-
I'm going to
you
give
wanna-
3 points.
go ahead.
Can we
JJ.
start out with 3 points for Josh?
Yes.
Okay.
JJ, would you like to handle the scoring this week?
I will. Let
Thank
me
you.
pull up Notepad.
Thank you.
That was
Yeah.
Lex's point,
You
right?
wanna drive?
Yes. Lex got the
We'll
point.
leave it
Okay.
there.
Okay.
All right, next question.
Gentlemen, in concurrent target limit, best ways to adjust targets per deployment and concurrent targets. Are there any criteria? By default, it's 8. Those are rookie numbers. We have to pump those up. Sincerely, Lucas C.
So we have it purposely low at 8 because every environment's different. We don't have a lot of control. So we have it low so ideally any customer can run it. If your environment can handle more, absolutely up that.
I will tell you this. I went to an environment. I was working. I went out to customers, and they had 16,000 end nodes, and they had bumped their concurrent targets up to over 100. And we were just trying to just find that sweet spot, right? Because what would happen is they'd get them, and it'd take time to process. So come to find out, right? The only thing that really, really mattered was how fast the machine it was running on could handle reading that data into the database. And the other thing that really mattered was, we went 16, and then 64. We kind of kept the ratio here of total concurrent targets. And again, we stacked it up and then pulled it back. Come to find out, the fastest for 16,000 targets was 16 and 64 seemed to be the process that worked best at that customer. So again, there's no real science to it. It's kind of
Trial and error.
But again, make sure your total concurrent targets is multiples of your concurrent targets. So that'd be my suggestion.
Right. And I guess for how you can, adjust that, this is kind of hard locked in as the per deployment and the total. But if you did have one that you needed to put priority to, you can right click on that in the currently pending and set it as priority. And the next time it's available, that one will jump to the front of the line. But I don't know a way to do that by default. That's just kind of if you go in and you got a lot of deployments going, you can bump it up.
That is a good point.
All right.
Points?
One each.
We'll let
can
JJ
do one
decide.
each.
All right, there we go.
That is such a wuss out, JJ. I should get that point.
No, I was taking Jake's suggestion.
Oh.
No, you want to fight for your point? Do you want to
I'm too
No. I
diplomatic.
just
justify
I think
why one person got the point and the other didn't?
give
I think you
Jordan
both
that
got a
point. I'm
point.
feeling good today. Give Jordan that point. I'm feeling good
I'll
today.
give Jordan that point.
You got to be careful when points are arbitrary. You don't want to anger the person in charge.
I was going to say,
That is a very good point.
I just give
what
him
I meant,
Josh.
JJ, was I'm sorry and you're the man.
One of these days, we're going to secretly have a prize at the end.
All right, next question. Hey guys, how to properly handle all software update for all assets? I want per one deployment hit all PDQ inventory, collection library, old softwares, and not schedule each software individually. I'm not sure I fully understand that question, but it's from Lucas C.
So my recommendation would be a nested package where each step within the nested package points to the collection for that specific software.
Okay, so let's
If
do
you
one of
wanna
these
build
real
that
quick. Okay, so we're going to do PuTTY and WinSCP. Okay. Oh boy, apparently I hit
We're
the
doing those
shift.
four.
We're just doing those two. All right. So create new package. So we're going to schedule one package. Each of these packages will only be allowed to. We go to conditions, right, and we limit this to only run on machines that are a member of PuTTY 64 old. Is basically what you're saying. I completely agree with Jordan. Now, the good and the bad with that. I think this method in the initial setup is faster, but I think efficiency-wise overall, it's less efficient just because it's going to go and evaluate every software on every machine.
So you almost want like a single package for the first time a machine shows up on the domain.
Yeah.
It installs everything. Then after that, you would rather have it handled as a one-off.
I'd have a schedule per so that it only evaluates the machines that are in this case, PuTTY, right? If we just, and there was my typo.
Goody.
But you see where I'm going? You see where I'm kind of like, we don't have to evaluate every machine on every piece of software. This will work. It'll do it. I just think over the long run, it's less efficient.
The risk with this one is, say you have the 15 pieces of software and it's software 8. There's an error for some reason. It's going to kick out and not try the next 7 after that if the error is closing.
That is a good point, too.
You can continue from failed step after you fix the issue and it goes through, but nested packages are very valuable. You can do a lot of customization, but there's a lot of more potential for issues in the middle where you have to kick off from the beginning.
That's a good point. And again, WinSCP, we do the same thing with conditions here. Go down and is a member of WinSCP old. That's how you do it. I don't know.
I would fiddle, and if all of it in one nested package works for you,
Yeah.
fantastic. We want what's best for the customer. But if there's some issues, I don't know, maybe find a happy middle ground where certain softwares are on their own. They're
I like how
more
you said
critical.
it's like all new machines get all of this, and then so
All right.
just personal preference there.
Okay. Point.
I'm going to give you both points, or maybe I just won't give either of you points because it's the same thing.
Same thing. That makes Josh still in the lead.
Josh,
Well, okay, I'll give you both. I'll give you both points. Jordan and Josh are tied.
All right.
how did you get 3
handsome points.
handsome points? He gets points for handsome.
He did trim his beard, and
I
he
don't
got a lot
disagree
of
with
hands.
that. You should have a lot of hands.
You're asking how he got 3, but he answered one that
Twice?
you gave him.
He answered one twice.
You did give him.
I may have been writing
Don't
this.
question the points. Let's just go to the next
All
question.
right, next question.
Next question. Come on.
All right.
Hey guys, can you demonstrate how to deploy a package with alternate credentials? Sincerely, W. Fordham.
All right, I'm going to go download the package that I like to deploy because it's quick. It is the 7-zip.
This is where handing over the keyboard and mouse comes back to get me.
Yeah, that's right. I am now going to get points. Okay, with alternate credentials, right? So we're going to do deploy once. I'm going to deploy to my favorite machine, the Bugs Bunny, because I can type that. Bugs Bunny. Okay, add the computer. Now, if you go over here to credentials, okay, we've got our default credentials, probably domain credentials. Let's say we had local credentials or LDAP or whatever. If you're using LDAP, it probably is, I would say, the best. By all means, use LDAP. But in this case, I've picked different credentials. We'll give that a deploy now. It's going to connect. If it fails, you get points. If it runs, which I know it will.
That's for one-off.
Okay.
If you are looking for it to be automated and like inventory, which is
Schedule.
scanning, inventory might have different credentials that you set per scan because if it's not working, you can check that box underneath where it says use inventory.
Yeah.
So whatever is scanning, because you know it works, will then deploy by default.
Okay, there's that. And check this out, right? That's probably my favorite right there. All right, Jordan, well done, man. But the other one is if you build a schedule, you can pick credentials for that schedule too. So triggers, targets, packages, options, boom, right there. Okay, so you can do it on a schedule. You can do it on a single deployment. You can use inventory credentials. A lot of different ways to do it. I can imagine have uses for all of them actually.
Yep.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are making this really boring.
Yeah.
You each get a point.
So much teamwork.
Jordan's in the lead. Josh and Lex are tied.
Take that, Josh.
You're going down, Josh.
It's really hard when I don't have control of the keyboard and mouse.
Just jump in.
You can totally
shut up,
pipe in.
Josh. You just shut up.
Josh is going to win this.
He is, isn't he?
Hey guys, there is Lightshot in PDQ Inventory Collection Library. However, there is no such package in PDQ Deployment. Any update on this? I know alternate greenshot, but still, Lucas C. Katie actually is going to get a point on this.
Oh,
She responded in the webcast internal chat saying, I think we removed it from the library because it wasn't used a lot, or it was reaching out to places we didn't know,
Yeah.
something like that. Do you know that, Josh?
This is ringing a bell. I don't remember which screenshot utility it was, but one of them was borderline malware, and it might have been this one.
I think it was. I think that's what she's referring to.
So we removed it, but we left the collections. So if you wanted to find it, you didn't have to build that collection yourself.
So would this be a good fit for making the request in the templates?
Yes.
a template for Lightshot. Yeah. But okay, just so you know, Jake, can you pop this up? This is where you find it: collection, library, imaging, Lightshot, right there. This is my attempt to get points.
Yeah, I can say removing something from the package library permanently doesn't happen lightly. So
Yeah.
we may not remember the details, but it would have had to have been bad for
Significant.
Yeah.
Highly significant. Yes.
All right.
1 point for Katie.
Yay! Look at that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay, ready? On your mark, get set, go! For scan age profile triggers, how immediately are scan ages per device evaluated? If, say, scan age is set to 7 days, will the scan start at the first minute past 7 days, or the first hour, or... Now, there's part 2. Here we go. How often do scan ages per devices trigger a scan attempt? If the scan age has been exceeded for a device, but it's offline, when will the next scan attempt trigger? All this from David R.
So I think the answer for that is going to be the same. It's based on the heartbeat. So when the heartbeat has if it's offline and the scan age has lapsed, the next time it checks in and sees it online, it will kick off.
Agreed.
And it's the same answer for if
Part
the
2.
7 day has lapsed, the next time the heartbeat checks in. So whatever you have your heartbeat set as, it could be anywhere within that variable where it would kick off.
So yeah, machine comes on, heartbeat sees it. It goes from an offline state to an online state in inventory. it realizes this is older than 7 days. Let's do the scan. It will do it then.
Yep.
There you go. Short answer to a long question.
I don't know who to give points to.
Katie,
I feel like both Jordan and Lex got that one.
give it to Katie.
I'm gonna give one and be one. All right. So Lex, you have 4, Jordan, you have 5, Katie with 1, and Josh with 3.
Wow. That's a lot of
You are allowed to
points.
pipe in, Josh.
I'm still thinking about that last question.
What,
I know.
You have anything to add to that, man?
Is he going to try and take our points?
Well, so here's what I'm thinking is heartbeat out of the box. I install inventory. No heartbeat trigger is configured at all for scans.
Oh, time out. No heartbeat is configured for scans?
No, there's not a scan profile that is triggered by heartbeat, which is like the default out of the box.
Okay, no, that's true.
No, so the scan itself's not heartbeat, but it still is a heartbeat that happens, and it's when the heartbeat happens is when that scan will kick off.
Yeah, it's got to see it online to do it.
But well, no,
You know?
because you can have ping disabled, ICMP disabled.
Okay.
You won't have the heartbeat functionality, but you can still scan
Hang
if
on.
SMB inbound is allowed.
All right. where's
And you
our
turn off ping before
scanning?
scan.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, ping before scanning's off.
Yep,
So it'll make an attempt to scan something that's offline,
it sure will.
but the scan really won't happen until it is online when that heartbeat hits.
Yeah, but back in relation to the question,
Okay.
if you don't have ping before scan on, you don't have heartbeat configured, and we get into the scan age question, I don't know.
Okay, time out here. Heartbeat is default at 300 seconds.
Yes. But is that I don't know if that's a default.
I think it is a default. That's a really good question. Kate, now we'll flip
I gotta
that
go
to Katie.
I gotta dig through this one now.
Yeah, he's right though. If ping is not enabled because we don't use that, does heartbeat functionality stop? I am. You're giving me a crisis.
Yeah, crisis
Sorry.
of mind here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I've been over here. I'm like my brain is.
Okay, if you've got so now look, we're going down a rabbit hole.
I'm
You
sorry,
ready for
guys.
this?
I'm sorry.
So if you don't have ping before scanning, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got a 7-day scan, right? My machine's been off for 7 days. How often does it try to scan that? Because it's older than 7 days. There's
Yeah.
no ping. How often does that happen now?
And I think that was what the question was getting at.
Huh. I think we got
and
stumped.
actually,
eh?
yeah, you
I have
got
I have to
thank
take
you in
points away
chat.
for this.
Yeah,
You got to take
Yeah.
points away. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a dive off to code somewhere. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so but that's a very specific circumstance to not allow ping and have like
The heartbeat.
you're talking about a very specific customization before.
So is
Are
it
you-
right
are you
or is
really-
it technically right? And which one's better?
I don't know.
Right? I don't know.
I'm going to tap out on this question. Tapped out.
We're gonna ask developers.
Are you giving up a point voluntarily?
Dude, I have nothing to add other than, I don't know. That's
Okay.
at this
I've already,
point.
elevate
I've already
this.
taken it away.
Yeah. Well, I think our answer is still for 99% of the
I think
cases.
it's valid, yeah, I
it's valid.
agree.
But the use case,
1%,
Josh,
yeah.
right, that's not nothing. That's a
Something
real
still,
concern
yeah.
where we probably should ask a developer because we're not going to be able to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever's happening there is happening.
We
on
should
developer.
introduce lifelines, like a phone a developer.
That's
Phone
what
developer.
that's what you are. You're phone a friend.
He's
Yeah,
not a
but we need a
developer,
phone
though.
a developer.
Developer.
We just don't tell them.
That seems to be a pretty rare case at this point.
Yeah.
No, but that would be cool. Take them
could-
completely
it would
off
be.
guard.
Ask the audience
Watch
as
them all
well.
put do not disturb on during the show.
So then it becomes PDQ and ask instead of. We're just asking.
That's their equivalent of wearing a green shirt.
I like Chad's comment. As long as we get up to 88 miles per hour before scanning, we'll be
I give him the point.
fine. Well done, Chad.
It looks like Marcel just made it. Hello, Marcel. Thank you. Marcel keeps me up to date with the latest security fixes. Like he hits me up with emails before I find it in any sort of article.
Wow.
He's been awesome resource recently, so thank you.
Nice.
All
Next
right.
question.
Are we moving on?
Yeah.
All right, we
Let's move on.
run the gamut there. Hey guys, what is the best way to produce a domain level report which identifies all assets with outdated collections and only lists the old applications or packages? Sincerely, Kevin.
Okay, domain level, right? So I'm going to assume, are we looking at multiple domains or just a single domain? Because you're going to have to do a couple of things. So to build a report that shows all outdated software, if you go take a look, well, all outdated software that we've got collections for.
Yeah.
Let me qualify that. So let's just go take a look at, when we were talking about, what was it, Lightshot? So you got latest, not installed, and old. Okay. Now, if you build your collections the same way we build them with latest and old, this becomes very easy. Go to report, new report, basic report. Okay. We'll call this old apps. And I want the computer name. I want to see the application name. And the filter, I want it to be in the member of collection where the name contains that parentheses old in it. Okay. Now, if you want to limit this to a single domain, you'd add the filter for the domain. We've only got the one here, so I'm just going to run it the way it is. And then I'm going to group this by application. So 7-zip19. Am I seeing all the old stuff here? Did I not save that correctly?
Well, go to the columns and just add the collection.
Oh, that's
name
right.
in
Sorry.
there.
Boom, column. Application. Actually, just name it application's collection name is what I need. I don't even need the application name.
Oh, it says those aren't compatible.
There we go. Now it's going to show member of collection. Thank you. Old. So if I group by the member of collection, there's all the old Microsoft rollups, old Visual C, 32-bit. Thank you, man. So that's how you do it. Just make sure instead of the application name, you do the collection name, and then you can group by it and see everything that is old.
The other one, if you're just interested, like this machine has all of this software that's old, you can instead group by computer name.
Yep. Ungroup here. We can group by computer name.
And then you can see.
Auditorium needs some serious updates. There you go.
Right.
Give him the point to Lex.
Yes.
Lex and Jordan are tied.
In your face.
Trash.
Thanks for the help on that, though, dude. Of course, I'm going to trash talk.
Yeah.
You've got skills, you talk, right?
Yeah.
So he gave you an assist. We're going to have to start like expanding out our stats. You know, points, assists, blocks.
I don't know if I
We're going to go from
I don't know
assist.
if I can keep
to
track of this.
Jordan had a triple double on
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving webcast.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
wait till next week when I'm less than 2 drinks in. So
There we go.
Next question.
In fact,
Jordan
we,
wants to make up his point he lost. Because I think I'm in the lead now.
I don't know.
no, you're both tied.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're going
So we have
down.
Josh for 3, Lex for 4, Jordan for 4, and Katie for 1.
here comes the trash talk. You're going down.
we may have to move into a speed round. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Let's do
All
it.
right,
Come on.
speed
Do we
round.
get points if we go over the minute, though?
No.
I'm going to say no.
All right.
All right, here we
Speed
go.
round. Here we go.
Here we
I'm
go.
keeping track, okay?
There's no way we're making points, dude.
Hey guys, is there a way to tell how many deployments were made in a certain time period, let's say a month, and how many total devices were deployed correctly and how many were not? Thomas, the tank
Your
engine.
time starts now.
All right, Thomas, we're going to go look at Bugs Bunny. If you go look at deployments, okay, we got deployments, path, package, start time, end time, seconds. You build a report off of this, looking at all the machines that the start time or the end time. And then you can obviously filter that down by packages specifically. Failed, the whole bit. It's all there. Do this in inventory because that's where you can build that report.
It also includes the status, so they can do the successful versus not.
That's correct.
Wow, that was concise. That was good.
We can
I mean,
do
it's
it.
a Lex.
We can.
Or Lex can do it.
We can.
That was impressive.
Okay.
All right, next question. With Simple MDM being acquired by PDQ, will we see webcasts like these for Simple MDM? Kathleen F.
Can I take that one because that's an easy point? Now go ahead, man.
Do you really know the answer?
I do. I know the answer.
So I know we have
Yes.
some plan in the future, but all the subject matter experts currently are in a different state. So I think as we start adding the expertise, maybe more common, but for now it's just occasionally. Yes.
Okay.
Jordan really
I'm going with
snuck in
yes.
that point.
There will be some video content coming out too.
Yeah, there's video content, and there will be, like you say, the occasional webcast. So a tentative yes, I guess.
But yeah, you're
Jordan
gonna see
gave
some
Jordan gave an explanation as to why, so I'm giving him a point.
There you go. He's got a point. Excellent. Next question, is there a way to deploy applications from the Microsoft Store? Specifically interested in deploying Windows subsystem for Linux, Ubuntu, and Windows Terminal. Sincerely, Austin.
First time, I just want to give him, Linux. Good job, buddy. Okay.
So the Windows Store basically uses an AppX package. So connecting to the store, I believe it's possible it's complex. If you can go to the store and just download the AppX file for that one, you can include that with a package and then just run it with the install AppX package. We have a lot of videos on webcast about how to do that. So the store, not natively, but you can get the file you need from the store to push it.
Definite Jordan point.
All right.
Oh, I did that. Yep. Jordan's in the lead.
Jordan's winning. Hey guys, not long ago, I think you suggested the possibility of having an agent in the near future to avoid all network/VPN problems. Any updates on this? Sincerely, Fede A.
Should we let Kelly make a point on this?
So, yeah, I have an idea, but I don't want to be wrong. So Kelly.
Kelly, your point, buddy.
Any updates on this? Yes, there are updates.
I could have said that, dude. Come
Yes,
on.
your update is that there's no update.
Yeah, there are definitely things in the works, and we are getting closer to making some sort of an announcement. We'll say that. Do I get a point?
I'm debating whether to give you a point or just. I mean, it's definitely not a stump. Yeah, I'll give you a point.
Thanks for,
Not much we can
thanks for
say.
It's a pity point.
Pity point.
I appreciate that.
I really wish we could go more into it.
Well,
that's my.
I do
you know?
too, because I do have some information that I am dying to share,
Good
but I
things
can't.
on
So
the horizon.
yeah, exactly. So it's
Good
it's
things
one of
are on
those
the
where
horizon.
I'm going to give you the point.
Thank you.
Because it's not your fault.
Yes.
That we can't give that information.
I can't. Yeah,
Kelly,
I don't have
for
a
the point.
specific date. I just don't.
Okay.
That I can say.
No, it is not PDQ Link.
And if he tells you all, he will get put in a jail.
Yeah, and I don't want to go there. I've been there before.
It's going to go to PDQ jail.
Yeah.
Where you don't get your, what is it, chicken and waffles?
That's right. That's what I'm shooting for today.
All right, we're rolling over the. I may have to take
Here we
Kelly's
go.
point away.
I know. Again, not my fault. Here we go. Next question. Jordan, take my point if you can answer this. Is there any way to turn on VPN automatically when the computer starts or user gets connected to the internet? Lucas C.
Well, but that's the thing.
That depends.
If I-
There's a big that depends in there.
There's a lot of different VPN solutions. It could vary.
Yeah.
So if you know that they have all their settings saved, where all they have to do is start up the process and hit start, you can do that with any sort of log on or boot up script with Windows. Will kick off, but it's very specific. Like if they remove the password from the settings, it's going to fail. Or you can have it manually put in the password, but no, you don't want to have
Yeah.
a Windows task inserting a password.
There's ways to do it. It's again, it depends on obviously your VPN client. Depends on your level of how secure you want to make it.
Yeah, so the startup itself, you can have that where it's going to be, but to have it actually connect, if they have all their settings saved in there, you can have either a start on or a log up win task. I just don't know. It's going to be different per VPN.
Be careful with that.
Okay.
Point each almost, right?
No points.
No,
we danced around.
We
some
kind of
points.
danced
that's
around.
more
You
where I'm
can,
leading.
kinda not really, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are we standing? Because we have 2 questions left.
Josh for 3, Lex for 5, Jordan for 6, Katie for 1, and Kelly with 1.
Okay,
All right.
so there is. This is right down to it. Okay.
Yeah,
Second
it could be
is-
either a tie game or Jordan for the win.
All right, here we go. Next question. Guys, in inventory, can you include a field to show where you are picking up the reg key that lists the program you're listing? Sincerely, Frankie B.
Can you clean a field? Okay, so my first instinct is a custom field that you could. Oh, you know what?
It's going to
No.
be static though.
No, that's true. You would do a PowerShell script to read the registry file.
Well, this is like they want the registry key automatically listed on how we're pulling the name, and I don't think we have anything like that. If you can answer this one, you'll get a point because I can't think of a way to get around that. For have it automatically
Oh,
populate
yeah, okay.
in a collection, I don't see it. Or I don't.
There's
I
too
can't
many
think of it.
anomalies there.
Yeah.
There's too many things that could go. Yeah.
You could do it with a PowerShell scanner.
There are 3 hives where software is stored.
See, that's the issue there.
So we have a PowerShell scanner that's been built. Renzo has a KB on it. That's really fantastic, where it will go through and automatically uninstall software for you. So there's 3 different locations where you can find software, but it could be in any of those 3. So if you had one where you could scan for each one, but then you're going to have to tie it to that software name. And I don't know how to update it within the collection. So you can find it. I don't know how to make it natively populate in a collection.
Okay, so if you can find it, right? Ooh, yeah. Okay, now I'm seeing where you're having the issue.
Because a PowerShell scanner, you find it, it's going to be
You
in
can
the
get the
scan.
information, right? But where it finds it could be different, or the name, or the names of all those are going to be possibly. I can see where there'd be an issue with the collection.
Yeah, collecting the data, that's not a problem. I don't see how to do it, though.
Yeah.
The second part.
I see where you're coming from.
Sorry.
I think you stumped us, man. I'll take to that.
I can't give points.
No,
for this
plus
one.
we're way
All
over.
right, let's move on to
way over a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That
All right,
too. That
Final question of the day, ladies and gentlemen. In inventory, can you include a field? Oops, hang on. We just did that one. Hang on.
Same
Let me
answer.
see.
I was going
All
to
right,
go with
there we go.
what we said before.
Is there a way to make a collection in inventory of computers with the update and restart status? PDQ A.
Update and restart. Now we've got a collection that already says the ones that require a restart, and that is reboot required right there. Now update. Is there a place to pull whether they need an update?
I don't know where it's stored. So if there is some sort of flag, whether it's a registry, wherever it's stored, you can build a PowerShell scanner and then build a collection based off those results, but I don't know where to look.
So that would be my thought again.
Yeah, so that would be...
PowerShell scanner, find it where it's located, which we don't know.
Yeah, and if you know where it's located, just PowerShell scanner, build a collection off that, you're good to go.
There you go.
It really doesn't matter if I give points for that one or not, because you both answered it and didn't answer it. So Lex,
I just lost.
Jordan still wins. Yeah.
Jordan.
It's been a while.
Oh, psych. Psych.
Feelings.
Here, let's get a victory
Joy I
cam.
felt is dead.
Victory cam.
You are
Jordan.
the champ. You are the champ. I got to admit.
Congratulations.
Well done, Jordan. Well done.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, this was kind of fun. It's been
It's been a while since we've been on together.
yeah, it has.
The
Good
OG
times.
crew.
OG. What does OG stand for?
Original gangster.
See, I don't think I am. I think Lex is.
I don't know about gangster.
I'm
The original guys.
Original
Old
dudes.
guys.
At this point,
guys.
Old
we're
guys.
just-
Guys,
The old guys.
Old guys. Huh.
I like it. I like it.
Man, it's been fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching and the questions. It had a good time, man.
Yeah, check out those templates if you think you can use it. Make requests if there's software you really are curious about, and
Absolutely.
hopefully we can build that out and make it fantastic.
Again, the more work we can do for you, the lazier you can be. Anyway, I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan.
See you later.
thanks for joining our webcast today. Congratulations, Kevin R. and his brother David R., winners of PDQ swag. Send us your info at webcast@pdq.com. If you liked our webcast, please do us a favor. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It will make us smile. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you back here next time.